ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another segment of All Things Mental Health, going from victim to victorious. My name is Andrea Mason, your first choice, your global voice, alumna of Les Brown, and the CEO of Press Play Plan Life According to You, LLC. I am a coach, a speaker, a trainer, as well as a living testimony. Check out my information here, andreamasons.com, and learn more about what I do. Today's segment, we are going to talk about breaking the blame cycle. This is all about victim to victorious of those who have been either abused, bullied, or have been a victim of their own mindset. Does this sound like you? We passed over a few topics that we've talked about, understanding and identifying victim mentality and the overall scheme of things of what it is to be able to transition and transform from victimhood to a victorious lifestyle. We talk about this opportunity that we want to break the blame cycle when we are those who are victims of abuse, bullying, and our own mindset. What I want to work with you on today is having the ability of you having the opportunity at any chance and having the choice to learn how to take healthy responsibility for your healing journey without falling into guilt or shame, and allowing us to have the opportunity that we can separate blame from accountability. What is amazing about this is not having the guilt or shame of making mistakes and not portraying it upon others if we are not perfect. You show me someone who's perfect, and then we'll have a discussion. We are all human beings. We all have a fingerprint that is significantly authentic to one another. This is the true in the fact that we come from different lifestyles, different cultures, belief systems, upbringings, families, environments. And so what this does is this molds us into how we step into the world of holding ourselves accountable. Let me ask you this. Have you taken responsibility for your healing journey? We talked last segment about the healing power of forgiveness is to achieve personal freedom. Have you taken the responsibility of allowing yourself to feel in order to heal without the guilt? Many and oftentimes than none, when we are hurt, when we are battered and bruised emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, we want to blame things on others. If you didn't say this, or you didn't do that, or if you showed up when I needed you the most, then maybe I wouldn't be where I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you my personal story as I am going from resistance to resilient, and that I was a victim of it. Any flaw that came my way, any opportunity that didn't fall into the way that I foresee it, I put it up, the responsibility on somebody else. Because he, her, she, them, it didn't work out. It wasn't my time. Pardon me, I'm dealing with a little bit of allergies. And so when we remove the shame of making a mistake, and when we take the accountability and stop blaming others, then and only then are we able to take it to the next level. According to Psychology Today, people who take proactive roles in their healing have a report of 63% increase in emotional well-being. Think about that. People who take a proactive role in their healing report a 63% increase in their emotional well-being. That's more than half. How many times have we had those family members or friends that are constantly complaining and identifying themselves as being a victim of circumstance, of their incidences, their relationships, their medical conditions, their employment condition? When if they really truly took a moment, stepped back, and looked at the misstep that they had missed, a misunderstanding, a shift in their belief system and self-confidence, that when in reality, without guilt, and we take ownership in allowing ourselves to heal, then and only then can we thrive. We think of healing in today's day and age as some sort of medical add-on to help us go through life, whether that be medical treatment, medicine, some sort of physical therapy, therapy of the mind, or some of us take it to the other extreme and heal ourselves through beverages, eating, drugs, inappropriate behaviors, because we're masking the opportunity to take ownership and accountability of something we may have made a mistake on. What if you were to look back at your life and look at where you made the mistakes and where you fell short, and you were able to realize the root cause, as we mentioned the last segment, but identify, which we mentioned in the first segment, and really realize that's where I skipped a beat. But what we do is when we make a mistake, we are creatures of comfort, and we hold ourselves in a negative tone that we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough, we're not valued, we're not appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, let's break the blame cycle, not only upon others, but most importantly, ourselves. Do you realize that you here today, listening and watching into this podcast, there has been some innuendos and vices and mistakes you've made in your past that you have transpositioned and are not doing right now? For some, it may be quitting smoking. Stop drinking. Stop engaging in dangerous and high-risk behaviors. Others, it may be learning that discipline, accountability, authenticity, and integrity is the right path to choose, and have learned the lesson to move forward. We talk about perspective of looking at the glass half empty or half full. And I ask you, when you're looking at the cycles of your life, the habitual rituals, or what you're not learning at this stage in the game, where are you putting the blame? In the old days, they used to say, you can point to others and you have one finger pointing forward, but 4 other ones facing you. But sometimes we go really hard on ourselves. We are our own worst critics. And what we need to do is to realize that in those moments of shame, guilt, and blame, that we have an opportunity, a chance, and a choice at any given moment to change our channel, to correct it. Now, sure, in some cases, we may have lost friends along the way, family members, lost roles and opportunities in our lives. But it's your time today to reclaim your faith, reclaim your belief system, and put the best foot forward. How do you do that, you ask? We separate the blame from accountability. We look at it as, what did I learn from this loss? What did I gain from this pain? And what do I have from this tragedy? that I can make triumphant. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but I'm saying if we shift our perspective lenses to each our own and take the initiative to break that cycle, we can create a new environment, a new identity, and live the life we would love to lead. So, in doing so, if you are upset about something, a severed relationship, a loss of a loved one, losing your job, losing your way in this world, break the blame cycle and say, instead of saying, now what? Say, now what can I do? What are the takeaways? What are the lessons I've learned? What is something that I know that I'm not going to, if I could do it again, I would shift gears. This takes personal reflection, ladies and gentlemen. This takes accountability. But most importantly, this takes authenticity and integrity with yourself to steer you on the path in the right direction. If you are under the age of 20, don't worry about it. Mistakes make the being that you will become. If you are 20 to 40, these are your primitive years. These are the lessons that will last a lifetime. If you are 40 or older, learn from your lessons and through the positivity, pay it forward to those before you and live with the legacies of those who've gone on after you. Ladies and gentlemen, when we stop playing the blame game is when we break the blame cycle and take accountability on what we can control, what we can create, and what we can cause. Remember, we are the pilot of our own vessel, not anyone else. But as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change in the world you want to see. Paraphrased. And I encourage you, don't be hard on yourself, but be honest with yourself and take it one step at a time. It is going to take some time to rewire and unlearn those conditions that have evolved us and molded us. But with the right perspective and the right mindset, you can break the blame cycle, take accountability, and live your best life. The best way to start, as you know, is to follow your heart, not the herd nor the hurt, for success and joyfulness are on the other side. I wish that you take this message today with a grain of salt, but also to heart. Because life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. And when we weed out and sift out the negative things that happened, we look ahead and say, that's why I had to go through that. That's what I had to learn to be where I am today. That's what I had to lose to gain what's in store for me today. Someone's listening. Someone is watching. Share this out with people for whom can benefit. And I encourage you to comment below on your thoughts. Start today. And how are you going to choose to press play? Plan life according to you. As you take the initiative, make the chance and the choice today to break the blame cycle in your life. My name is Andrea Mason, your first choice, your global voice, alumna of Les Brown, and the CEO of Press Play, Plan Life According to You, LLC. Join me at andreamasons.com. I have a bunch of services available. Just launched an online course, just launched an online course, Resilient and Rising. My book is available on Amazon, Victim to Victorious, and I provide one-on-one and group coaching all over the world, as well as I'm able to be booked for speaking and book events. My name is Andrea Mason. Thank you, and I wish you all my best. We'll see you real soon. Be well.